Is this a private prison?
It's a prison.
Is it private?
No, you
Okay, it's public.
Welcome here.
I'm trying to leave. Can I leave?
Whoa.
You're not cuffing me.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
And that's when I tried to record, but by that time it was too late. I couldn't record in that time because by then, boom, he just you right in the face.
And I knocked his ass out, and the other one didn't get out the car. That's exactly what I did.
I couldn't believe that I just got literally knocked out by a prison warden.
If it weren't for the video that just came out, he's getting away with it. He may still get away with it.
I just can't believe what happened. I'm still in shock about it.
Hey, this is Matt Cox, and I am here with Christian Sand. He's involved in an incident in, I think it's Pulaski County in Arkansas. There was an issue with the warden. I saw the video the other day, and it was just insanity. And I'm sure we will show the video, and we're going to go over it and kind of talk about what happened. And it's, anyway, you have to watch the video to be honest with you. And so check out the interview real quick. Cause I mean, I did, obviously I watched the video, and it was like, I was still in shock.
I can't believe it happened. First of all, I didn't think he would do that.
Right.
I was just so in shock. You saw in the video, I couldn't believe that I just got close to being knocked out by a prison warden that holds a higher standard than almost everybody. It's insane.
Right. I don't think I watched the full version. I watched the version where it kind of just shows you're driving through the area, and it seemed like you just pulled into the prison or to the jail. It's a jail, right? Is it jail or a prison?
It's a state prison, I think.
State prison. So you just pulled into the visitor section to what? Just like check it out or turn around?
Well, the thing is, I drive past it every single day. Like, it's one of those things that you drive by. Oh, what is that? What is that? What is that?
Right.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people have those. So it's a long road. The road's probably like a mile long at least to go down there. So I was driving down there. I was like, oh, Taylor, my friend's name's Taylor. Look at this, the prison. So we drove into the parking lot to turn around, the visitor parking lot. And then I was there for probably about 30 seconds to a minute on my GPS looking. And then I got a warden, I don't think it was the warden. Someone came up to my car and said, hey, what are you doing here? I said, I'm just here looking at the prison. I said, I don't need to tell you what I'm doing here. I said, this is public. I'm going to leave now. And that's when someone blocked me into the prison because they didn't want me to leave for some reason, even though I wanted to leave.
Right. They pulled a car up and blocked the exit from the visitation parking lot. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's what I saw in the video. So
yeah. And I kept telling them, can I leave? Can I please leave? And that's when the guy was like, oh, you're not. Oh, we're searching your car. I'm like, you're not searching nothing of mine. You ain't searching nothing. And I said, can I go? That's after I started recording. I started recording. I said, can I just leave? He's like, no, you're welcome here. He said it twice. I said, what? You're welcome here. And then I said, can I leave? He's like, I don't know how you're going to leave. And that's when I started getting out, recording everything. I started recording the parking lots, showing that there's no signs anywhere saying that it's restricted, showing the person blocking me in, saying that I couldn't physically leave.
What were they saying they were concerned with or that they wanted to search your car for?
Well, they didn't say anything to me. They didn't say nothing. They didn't say what they were concerned about. They just said, oh, we're allowed to search your car. We can search your car. And we're going to search your car. I'm like, you're not searching nothing of mine.
But they're really not allowed to search your car, right? Like they are if you give them permission.
They didn't get nothing from me. But permission. Yeah.
Right, but I was going to say, so from what I saw of the video, like technically they're allowed to request to search your car, but if you refuse, then they basically have to escort you off the property.
Yes.
Because they're not police.
I didn't know that until the other day. I mean, I'll talk about it later, but I literally got a call from my lawyer on Friday telling me what they can and can't do. And as it turns out, they couldn't even do nothing. So I just wanted to leave at that point. And they couldn't search my car. They didn't want to search me. If I knew they would give me an ultimatum, hey, you either stay here and we search you, or you leave and we don't search you, I would choose leave.
Then the warden comes, right?
The warden was in the car the whole time. He was the car that was blocking me the whole time in the thing. He was that black car,
right,
at the in the driving or for the visitors in the parking lot, blocking me.
Well, how long did this go on before he got out of his vehicle and came over?
30 seconds a minute.
And then he came over and started talking to you.
Mm-hmm.
Said he wanted to search the car.
All this stuff. Yep.
Right.
I didn't start recording until like a minute after I started talking to him, because a minute before that, I wasn't thinking really. I was thinking, oh, what could happen? He was just saying, oh, you're restricted. I'm like, no, I'm not. Can I just leave? Can I just leave? And that's when I said, oh, I should be recording this because he can say anything at that.
Right. Do you ever watch the like First Amendment auditors or anything like that?
I wasn't a big fan until this happened, actually.
Until after this?
Yeah, now I'm addicted to them.
Yeah, because I mean, like they have to suspect you. Well, first of all, they're not police officers, so the people, the guards at the prison, they can't really do anything other than ask you to leave the premises. But they weren't allowing you to leave the premises.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, even the police, they have to suspect you of a crime before they can ask to search a vehicle. They have to be able to tell you what the crime is. And I can understand that. Like if they thought, okay, well, this guy's making like guys will drop off. So in a prison, a lot of times what will happen is somebody will come and they'll drop off something. And then when the prisoners go to mow the yard or something, they'll know where it is. But first of all, they would never. Nobody would drop anything off at a visitation area. Does it make sense? Like it's too accessible. They would have to go through the woods, drop it off at the tree line. Like it's just not accessible. So to me, it doesn't make sense. But they called the cops. What happened when the cops got there?
Well, nothing's been recorded. I said, can someone record this? None of them were body cams. First of all, the state didn't have body cams. What happened when the state trooper got there is I thought he would let me go, to be honest with you, because I thought he would have enough common sense to realize that, oh, he didn't really do anything. And I thought they would tell him, oh, we blocked him in and he wanted to leave. That didn't happen. So when the state got there, he just arrested us. And he told me inside of the cruiser that it wasn't my call to arrest you. It was someone else's, because I looked at the ticket. I got a citation for it. And didn't have his name on it. So someone else made the arrest for it inside the prison. I don't know who it was. I never met him, never talked to him or anything. So all the state was transport us over to the jail, me and my friend. And we were in the jail for no longer than 20 minutes. We were there. We got our fingerprints taken. Then he literally walked us right on out. And
I have a question. What were you arrested for? What was the actual charge? Just trespassing.
Trespassing.
But trespassing, they asked you to leave and you wanted to leave.
They never asked me to leave.
Okay, so they said you were allowed to stay and then blocked you in?
They never once said you have to leave. They said, that guy actually said you are allowed to be here. I'm like, okay, then can I leave? And then they never let me leave. They blocked me in. Right.
Okay, so they walked you out, and what happened?
I asked the state trooper. State trooper transported me. As like, he was chill, but for circumstances, I was pissed off. So I wouldn't really like respect him that much because it was kind of aggravating. He said to me, he told me that it wasn't my call to do this. I'm just transporting you. I have nothing to do with it. And he said that basically, oh, they wanted you arrested. They wanted you to get off of here. And I told them personally that all that's going to happen is what has happened, that I'll take him in to get print and released. That's what it's called in Arkansas, print release. I got printed and released. And he told that to the arresting officer at the prison, and they didn't care. They still wanted me gone.
What happened? Did you go out and get it? Did you contact an attorney immediately?
Right away.
Okay. What did he say?
He said it's bullshit. I contacted an attorney probably an hour after, and he's been helping me with this other stuff too. He said, yeah, it's complete. I'm going to be there to represent you and everything about it. Me and my friend are doing it together because they put us together on the same ticket. It's in October. It's coming up, actually. But he said, you need to sue them. This is before the incident at the Mexican restaurant happened. He says, he's also a civil attorney. And he said, yeah, this is what happened to you. If you told me everything is truthful, he's like, yeah, I'll help you put in a civil litigation after this whole thing is over and everything.
Well, what's good is you have the thing at the prison, you have it on video.
Part of it, just when I just have the part that you saw and I sent you. That's the only part on video, and the part on their security cameras, but I don't know how much that got. but nothing else has been recorded. I said, can someone please record this? Like, to the people, like, there's like at least minimum 25 people there just standing around doing nothing, trying to figure out what I was doing there. They said 6 different agencies, and none of them had body cams or anything. Not even state had body cam or what happened. And that's the only part they got recorded was my cell phone and the security cameras.
All right. So what happened then? Like, you spoke with your attorney, you figured, okay, we've got a court date. He's saying he can get this quashed, and then you get hungry one night. Was that the next thing that happened?
Yeah, this happened like 2 months later. Yeah, I got hungry. I'm a usual to this place. I go here 3 times a week, and I call on the phone. I say, "Hey, this is Chris. You know what I want," and then hang up.
Right.
They have it ready like that. So I called it in. I went over there, and I said, "Hey," to my friend. We're driving up there. It's around a 7-10 minute drive. And then I drive over there, and then I'm like, "Hey, is that the warden?" He was inside picking up his food. I said, "Is that the warden?" to my friend Taylor. And he's like, "No, I don't think it is." So then he started walking outside, and I was like, "Yeah, that's the warden." Put down my window, and I said, "Hey, f you, you." And I said, "F you, fat ass," because he's a big dude. He's on the video. He's like 400 pounds. And then after that, he came up to my door handle, ripped my car handle off, and then he went for a punch, but my window was like right here. So he can't really punch me through glass unless he wanted to hurt himself. So he went for a punch. It was like an air punch. And then he walked off, smashing my mirror, ripped my car handle off. And after that, I drove out. I wanted to, let the situation calm down because I did have food inside. So I was driving around with my friend for probably about, I'd say 3 to 5 minutes. And then I came back, walked inside to get my food. I didn't even know he was still there because I didn't see him inside anymore. And then I saw him like a silhouette. I was pacing to the door. I saw like a little silhouette.
Well, he wasn't there anymore. He was across.
No.
He was in the parking lot across the street, right? Or
Yeah.
farther down in the parking lot.
I didn't know exactly where he was in the parking lot until I saw the security video, but he was like kind of far away from the door.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, you see him. You can see him like come across the parking lot. Like you pull in, you go inside. He comes. It's like he waited for you to get inside. It seemed like.
Yeah.
Like he was waiting. He was waiting for you to come back almost.
It seemed like he was. I mean, he probably knew that I would need to get my food, and I wasn't gonna go there for no reason. So
I wonder if he asked the people inside if you'd picked up your food or not. Might want to look into that.
He didn't see me go inside the restaurant. I was just in my car. This is the first encounter. First time I saw him was just inside my car the whole time. And he knew I had to do something there. He knew there I was at.
Yeah, I saw where you were. You pulled up. I mean, you were as close to the door as you could get. Mm-hmm. So he had to know you were coming there to the restaurant.
Yeah. And then 5 minutes later, I came back, thought he wasn't there. I didn't see anyone there. I didn't see him inside. Pulled inside, tried to get my food. I pace a lot, so I was pacing to the door. I said, "Oh, he's still here," and that's when I tried to record. But by that time, it was too late. I couldn't record in that time because by then, boom, he just punched me right in the face the second he walked through the door.
Yeah, on the video, you can see him race across the parking lot, throw open the door, and just come right at you, and bam, just you kind of turn. You're trying to pull out your cell phone, or you just kind of turn, and that's it.
Yeah. Yes, I'll have to look. The way that the windows are, you can see in perfectly fine during the nighttime, but you can barely see out.
Right.
And the way I saw him out, I saw a silhouette. I didn't know it was him, but narrowing it down to someone that looked like they were 300 pounds, 400 pounds, a silhouette of someone, I made the guess that it was him, and that's when I decided to try and pull up my phone to start recording. But he saw everything that was happening inside before he even got to the door.
Right. So the video... So what happens? He smashes you. You hit the ground. The employees kind of pull him off of you, or?
Well, there's only one employee there, and she's probably like 130 female. And what can she really do? She was just trying to tell him to get off of him, get off of me, get off of me, get off of me. But he was still attacking me on the ground. He was trying to take my phone. He was like pulling my arm and stuff. He's like, "What did you say? You never threaten me again. You don't threaten me." And I didn't know what he was talking about at first.
Well, all you said was go yourself or something, right? Or
Yeah,
what?
I said it probably like around 2 times the initial time.
That's hardly a threat.
Yeah.
Disrespectful, maybe, but not a.
Oh yeah, very disrespectful.
Yeah,
I'll be pissed. I would say something back if someone said that to me, but to the point of assaulting them, I wouldn't do that.
No, and I certainly wouldn't wait 5 minutes. Like at the very least, within that 5 minutes, he had plenty of time to talk himself down and realize it's not worth, getting into a physical altercation. Not that he was concerned about you. Like he's thinking, I can go smash this guy probably because he smashes inmates all the time and they don't do anything. Yeah. So you become desensitized when you're in that environment. So what happens then? So they call the cops. Like, did you try and get into your car? Did you try and leave, or did you want the cops to come?
I wanted them to come. I was shaking up. I didn't want to be assaulted and have this guy get away with him. I thought he was going to be arrested, frankly, because everything's on camera. I said to the patrons in there, I don't think it's public, but I think they have it because I don't have it. I was pacing around the whole restaurant for probably like around 5 minutes until the police came. And I was like, someone please call the cops. Someone please call the cops. I need EMS. I need EMS. Because I was very dizzy at that point. Like I was just so scared to do anything. Like my world was spinning around.
And he took your phone.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why. He probably thought he had authority over me at that point, and he just took it.
Well, I wonder if he was going to try and erase the footage, or I wonder why take the phone? Like, what is the purpose of taking the phone? Unless he's trying to erase the recording. But what recording did you even have at that time?
I had nothing.
You had the record. Well, you did have the recording of the interaction in the parking lot, which he probably realized that he didn't want. Want it made public or be able to be seen. If he was being sued, he doesn't want a jury to see that he blocked your exit and then had you arrested. Like it's, what I'm saying? It's,
that information is still all public record, or like the security cameras will see that and everything. But that happened 2 months ago. I don't know if he was thinking about that. He might have been thinking that I was recording him on the initial impact of when I first said you to him. That's what I was thinking. Maybe. Well, I don't know why he took it. Maybe he tried to use his authority over me and try to exert something that he never had. But he took it.
So the cops show up, and what happened?
Well, first of all, the one officer there, I saw in the body cam, he was like trying to ease Earl. His name's Earl D'Angelo, the person that assaulted me. Right. He was trying to ease him. But when they first showed up, it was crazy. There was a code 3 over there, and there was like at least 7 officers there. The first officer that talked to me asked for my ID, and he's like, "Oh, what happened?" I said, "I'm really shaken up right now. I need to talk to EMS. I don't know how clear I can be with this." So I tried to give him a little rundown. I said a fuck you to him. I said all this and this and this. I said fuck you fast to him. Went to go away for 5 minutes, came back after 5 minutes, walked aside to get my food. He walked in right behind me and punched me in the face. That's the brief rundown I gave him, but I was still really dizzy at that point.
Right.
It got better overall, but then my friend came and he explained things better than I could have of what happened inside the car and what I said to him.
And then they turned around and, well, that was which officer was that anyway? Was that the one of them was like a trainee, right?
The main one who talked to me was Officer Bass. He was the one that I got the body camera of. I tried to foil all the rest of them, but they didn't give them to me. So the main one, I think he was the responding officer. He's the first one who talked to me. He's really the only one who did talk to me, except all the officers coming around for like 30 seconds asking me what happened.
Yeah, but is he the one that is he the one that is basically friends with the warden?
No, I don't. The one that's friends with the warden is the black officer that was there. I forgot his name, but I'm pretty sure he was friends with him. He never really talked to me. I never really had an interaction with him.
Did you see the video where they go and they watch the warden come race across? You haven't seen the video?
I have seen it.
Oh, okay. Because he races across the parking lot, thrusts open the door and slams you, punches you several times, and then when they're looking at it, The one officer, he's basically Spanish or Mexican or something. He's saying he's like, okay, well, this is an assault. And the black officer, which is the friend of the wardens, is saying, well, I don't know. Like, what do you mean you don't know? Well, I don't know. I can kind of see what happened, but I don't really know what happened. I mean, it's pretty obvious what happened. You're not a threat to him. Your back is to the door. Like you're just in there. You've waited 5 minutes, and he runs up and assaults you. Whatever happened prior to that is irrelevant. So yep. I remember watching that going. And look, I saw the whole thing. Like I saw the whole video, and I can't see a way that it was acceptable that he assaulted you.
I don't know what he was thinking. I mean, he's an officer. I don't know how long he's worked there or anything, but to not have that common sense to realize that I never said a word to him when I came back and had him punch me in the face. And it's shown on the video. It's shown that he walked inside, didn't wait no more than 10 seconds to punch me in the face. I mean, I don't know what the officer was thinking to even bring that up or to even say that, oh, who's at fault with this? Just someone that we hold to a high standard like that. To even ask that question is disgusting to me. I mean, how do you watch a video of someone getting punched in the face and not say, oh, it's my fault. It's my fault.
Listen, you know what he said? He said, oh, well, he threatened me. He said, yada, yada, yada. It's like he never could articulate exactly what the threat was. He called me a fat ass. He said one time he called me a fat ass or said, "F you fat ass," and then he threatened me. What was the threat? There was no threat. Like you're saying, he was trying to justify the assault by saying that you had threatened him and that maybe he was in danger, but you weren't in danger 5 minutes later when you were across the parking lot. And as far as him feeling like, hey, I can just go smash this guy, you have to understand that. I mean, I'm sure you haven't been in prison, but having myself been in prison, that the officers have absolute control over you. They can do whatever they want, and whatever they write up goes. So they can they could go plant drugs in your locker, find the drugs, write up saying, hey, I randomly searched this guy's locker and I found drugs. There is nothing you can do. You can file a form. You can dispute it. You can say, I didn't have any drugs. He planted those drugs. 2 other inmates saw him plant those drugs. But I mean, you see what I'm saying? Like you could have people, unless another officer says he saw the guy plant, it's over. You had drugs in your locker. Like there's no second guessing an officer. So if an inmate looks at you cockeyed and you punch him right in his face, all you have to do is say, I was in fear of my life. He threatened me. And they go, oh, well, that was justified. So,
is that even if other inmates see what happened?
Oh, an inmate's word is worth nothing.
It is? Really?
Absolutely. You're cattle, bro. We're just cattle in there. So I can see why me looking at it from the perspective of a guy who's been in prison, I know for a fact he felt 100% secure that he could get away with it. And he has friends in the police force. If it weren't for the video that just came out, he's getting away with it. He may still get away with it. You would think 5 minutes later, you'd kind of calm down and say, is this worth it? Like, is this worth doing this and going through all this process? But he also definitely felt secure that he was going to be able to get away with it. And let's face it, his buddy made sure he didn't get arrested. His buddy it talked down the other officer, because that other officer, I have no doubt, would have arrested him.
But the way that I had respect for him until I saw the body cam of him going into his cruiser and say, oh, he made a drop. I never made a drop. He had no proof I made a drop.
Yeah, that's right. He did. He said, that's right. That's why he was saying you made a drop at the prison. That's what he was trying to say.
Yeah, and for him to say that with no proof, just off of his word, the warden's word, kind of made me lose some respect for the responding officer, because why would you say that? To make me look bad to your supervisor that could say that he wants him arrested.
Well, what about the phone? When you got the phone back, you looked at you saw the video. You gave them the what happened there?
What do you mean when I got the phone back from Earl?
Yeah,
Or-
you got your phone back. You were still in the parking lot when you got the phone back. You got your phone back.
Mhm.
So what?
Well, I asked for the officer to get it back for me, and he went to go get it like right away because he probably knew that it wasn't larceny because in statute of larceny it has to be intent to keep. So he went right away to get my phone and said, "Oh, do you have this phone?" He said, "Yeah." And he handed it right back to me, but I had nothing on my phone.
Okay, so what did you give? Didn't you give video to?
Oh, that's what you're talking.
Yeah.
The SIM card. I thought you meant when he took my phone. The SIM card. Yeah.
So what happened? Because you had the whole thing on. It was all recorded, right?
Yeah. I very much f***ed up by giving that to them. I had everything audio recorded, everything video recorded. And I said, "It's my only copy," and I gave it to them like a dumbass. I'm so stupid for doing that.
Have you gotten it back? Have you gotten
Nope.
a copy?
Nothing. Not even my lawyer has a copy of it.
Are they saying they even have it? Bro,
I don't know.
Listen. I bet you they say they lost it, or there was nothing on it. He didn't record it. I mean, listen, it's obvious that little clique of officers. I'm not saying all the deputies in that town are, but it's obvious something's up.
Oh yeah, there is. It's just that one officer's actions saying whose fault is it could carry to everybody else. Could lead an example because I know if he was a supervisor. I don't know. His one actions could influence everyone else's. Like the rookie officer there, he was influenced by that decision of what happened. He asked the proper questions, and now when he goes to something like this again, he's not going to arrest somebody who is clearly at fault on video assaulting somebody.
You could tell just watching the video. You could tell he didn't understand why they weren't arresting the warden.
Mm-hmm.
Until they basically started to try and basically walked him, talked him down. And so has your lawyer requested a copy of the SIM card?
Everything.
And they haven't?
To my knowledge, he has not gotten it. I don't know if he got it and didn't tell me, but to my knowledge, he has not gotten a copy of the SIM card. The other 2 body cam footages and they recorded the screen with their camera. He has not gotten that either.
Well, when was the last time you talked to him?
Friday.
Okay, so he hasn't gotten it since Friday.
Yeah.
Or prior to Friday. What is what is he saying he's going to do?
Well, first of all, he's saying that he's going to get another law firm to help out because he's saying that this is big.
Right.
So there's 2 lawsuits that can happen. One with Roe directly and one with the prison. So the prison one, I have to wait until my charges get dismissed or whatever. And the interesting thing that happened was I talked to him this Friday, and he said that I made an original complaint with the district attorney's office probably around 3-4 days after. And he said to me, the reason why they know nothing about this is because I misspelled my own name. They said I spelled my own name wrong, and that they said it's void on the paper that I get the complaint.
So when did they put it all together that it was you and that there was a complaint? When did they put that together? After the video came out?
Well, the original video, the Junkyard News uploaded the first video about it, and that's when they knew,
it's not going away?
Yeah, it's not going away. Because I made so many calls before the Junkyard News video came out. I was annoying. I was probably calling 3 times a week. I even went there once to say, hey, what's happening with this? I went there in person because I wasn't busy. I went there in person and say, hey, what's happening with this? I made a complaint probably like a month ago, and I said I'll get a call back a week later. Have got a call back. He's just like, oh, okay. It's probably in our office. That's what the clerk said to me. It's probably in our office. I don't see it down here. And I said, what does that mean? She said, it doesn't mean anything. It just means that it's in our office. So I got her email and everything, and then just kept calling. No response from anyone. I left so many voice messages, everything. Until finally it took the Junkyard News to upload a video about it for the elected official.
How did you get in touch with them?
I emailed them.
Okay.
I emailed a whole bunch of people because I wasn't really involved with First Amendment stuff until it happened to me. I got involved with it probably like a week after. I started watching all these videos like, oh shit, this happens everywhere.
Right.
And then I'm not gonna lie to you. I was decent with the police before, but now I hate them. I don't hate them. I have a complete disdain for them. Like before I was like, oh yeah, I did this and this and this and this. I tell them everything. I said, I was coming from here, coming from there. Now when I get pulled over, I don't tell them nothing.
Right.
Just because of that one interaction I had with them.
Yeah, it's like it's the 1% that makes the 99% look bad.
It is.
All you need is one asshole, and people immediately, because it's the badge and the and the uniform, and that you just immediately associate all of them as being bad after something like that. So, so I interrupted you. You said you were making phone calls to them. You sent an email. You went by. Then the video went up, and then what? They contacted your attorney.
The elected prosecutor contacted my attorney. He said to me, it was funny how he said, he's like, man, you had an elected prosecutor calling me. I thought it was for a homicide case. He said that to me, and I'm like, oh, I told you. Yeah. He says, man, they never got your complaint. They never got anything about this complaint. They don't even know you existed here. I'm like, are you sure he was like to me, are you sure you made a complaint? I'm like, yeah, I'm sure I made a complaint, because he thought I didn't make a complaint properly either. But I didn't make a complaint properly. And I told him, yeah, I made this complaint and everything. And then on Friday, last time I talked to him was Friday, and he said it didn't have the right name on it. So that's why the complaint didn't get circulated or anything.
And now they're looking into it.
Oh, now they're really looking into it.
So, these little towns have such control over everything, like over their small their little local newspapers, the people in the town, the businesses in the town, the little commissions, the commissioners, like they have a lot of control. A lot of the sheriff's deputies, the sheriff. So, I mean, usually they can make something go away. The moment it starts to get national press, it becomes a problem for them. So a lot of times I've noticed is that the mistake that they tend to make is thinking we can cover this up. Okay, you say this, you say this, you say this. And since they have such control, since it's such a good old boys network, right?
Yeah.
They know the judge or the judges in the county. They know the prosecutor, and they all work together. So because of that, they probably feel like we can arrange it in such a way that we can insulate ourselves by you say this, I'll say this, he'll say this, the judge says this. But when the national media gets a hold of it and it gets national attention, a lot of that, it makes it much more difficult. But it's not that they won't still try. And what always kills me is that when they try, they'll try and try. And then when it fails, they'll continue this kind of, draconian, just Machiavellian lie and try and just make it go away by lying about it. Where to me, the best course of action is to come out immediately and do everything from now on by the book. Like that's the best course of action for them. Come out, we made a mistake. Here are the mistakes. Here's what we've done to correct it. Here's what we're doing to make it right. But instead, typically what they do is continue that lie, and they create a conspiracy, and then nobody ends up trusting the police.
Yep.
It's a common problem for these small towns when they get themselves into a jam.
I really thought this would be quick. I thought after hearing what the person said to me, I'll hear back in a week.
Right.
Didn't hear nothing. And all this happened because they wanted to try and cover up, say I misspelled my own name. I don't know how I misspelled my own name.
Well, so listen, here, you know what I'm thinking? Like, to me, if they were smart, they would have come to you immediately and tried to offer you a settlement. Listen, we fucked up. We're going to put we're going to put a, a notice, and this officer, he's going to have to take training. He's going to get a mark against him, and they're going to place it in his file. We apologize. We're going to go ahead and we've charged the warden. He's going to get probation, and we'd like to give you $20,000 and just go away. And then obviously your lawyer comes back and says, oh, hell no, it's this much. And you negotiate and you end up getting whatever it is, 200,000, 500,000, I don't know what it is. But whatever that figure is, you quash it as quick as possible. Like, that's the best course of action for them. Quash this as quick as possible to try and get it out of the media. But, you know, they don't, and then they end up paying millions of dollars, and nobody feels for them.
I just feel bad for the taxpayers. That's the way the system works. It doesn't benefit anyone except myself. It doesn't benefit the tax. It affects the taxpayers, and that's disgusting. It should affect the department. It should affect everything around the department, but it affects me and you.
Well, you're certainly never going to trust a cop when he pulls up.
No,
and anybody
never.
that sees that video doesn't want any interaction at all with the police after seeing that video.
No.
Man, I'm super curious to know what you know. The worst part is, like, whatever if they do come to you, they'll immediately want you to sign a confidentiality agreement just to make it go away. Yeah, I'm curious to know what happens. You got to keep in touch with me. Let me know what happens.
I will. I've been updating everybody on email about what's been happening in the process, and we'll also learn on Fridays that I didn't mention yet. It's probably gonna be longer. They are exempting the whole prosecuting office, exempting themselves from both cases. So they can't prosecute Earl, they can't prosecute me. So that's probably another 6 months down the line of what's going to happen.
Okay, so what, they're going to go to a neighboring county and have them handle it? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Because they got so many phone calls to people and everything like that.
Listen, that's actually, I mean, you may not think that, but I'm sure your lawyer told you that's probably a step in the right direction.
Mm.
Right?
It probably is, but it's going to take forever. And I just want to get to the part of where people are held accountable. That's my main thing, especially Earl. I want to get to where he is fired from his job, never be able to hold another government position again. I just want to get to that step as soon as possible so he doesn't abuse anybody else inside or outside the prison.
Yeah, I was going to say.
He still has a job. He's still working there. I
was going to say, you ever watch the First Amendment auditors, and you'll see an officer that just goes nuts for no reason. It's like that guy shouldn't be in a position of authority. Some people just can't. Some people just shouldn't be in a position of authority.
I don't know how their peers can look at that. I just don't know how, say, his peers can look at that video and say what he did was okay.
Yeah. Well,
unless you're being very biased towards him. It's just fascinating to me, the amount of effort that goes to protecting this guy instead of the amount of effort making it right.
Well, I think the argument for him will be that the assault took place outside or off of prison grounds. The problem is that it started on prison grounds. Does that make sense? He had an interaction with you and he carried it off of prison. So that doesn't make it right. He started it on prison grounds, and what he did while on the prison's grounds, what that alone was, he held you there against your will by blocking your ability to leave, and he had you arrested for something that you didn't do, and filed trespassing, like this whole thing. That this guy's a problem. He's turned this into a really, really big deal when all he had to do was say, "Hey man, what are you doing here?" "Oh, I'm just parked my car. I'm looking at my thing. I'm leaving right now." "Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. No problem." Like that could have been that simple.
He could have avoided this 110%. He stayed in his car, wouldn't have happened. He let me leave, wouldn't have happened. I would not even know his name if he just let me leave that prison that one day. But instead, he had to block me in, say I was making all these drops, which I never did, to everybody.
Hey, I appreciate you guys watching the video. Do me a favor. If you like the video, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell so you get notified of videos like this. Leave me a comment in the comments section. Also, we're going to leave any social media links that Christian wants me to leave, and we'll leave a link to Junkyard News's probably to his channel and to the video itself. And we're going to go ahead and play the entirety of the video also right now. So check it out.
You in a prison.
Okay, am I restricted property? Is this a private prison?
It's a prison.
Is it private?
You know
Yes. Is it private? Is it private?
No.
Okay, it's public.
You're welcome here.
What?
You're welcome here.
Thank you. I'm gonna go now.
I don't know how you're gonna go.
Are you a cop? You're a correction officer. Is that a corrections officer or a cop?
Active prison is considered.
This is public property.
public.
This is public property.
It's a state prison.
It doesn't matter. It's public.
Walking in on public property.
You can't do that. Is he a cop? Is he a affirmed cop?
Anytime you come to a prison, your vehicle is subject to
Oh, you're not searching anything of mine.
If you look at that sign, when y'all pass
You're not
it
searching
says when
nothing.
you pass that point,
You know what's gonna be funny? You're not searching
I'm
nothing.
not talking to you.
I don't care. Is this restricted property?
Anyway, talk to somebody, act like you got some sense.
Oh, I study law. I know all this stuff.
But anyway,
I was just going here.
when you pass that sign, you're subject.
Well, you're not
whatever the
searching.
prison's rules
You're not
and
searching.
regulations
You're
are.
not searching me. I'm gonna go, and nothing's gonna happen. Where's your supervisor? Where's your supervisor?
Okay.
Where's your supervisor? Where's your supervisor?
You
know what? We'll park. I'm gonna wait, and I'm gonna film all around here. That's what I'm gonna do.
You think you can film around a prison after this?
That's exactly what I'm about ready to do.
It's public. It's public, so he can. Look it up. I'm just telling you. Because ain't nobody got sense around here.
I'm trying to leave. Talking to me? Are you a supervisor?
Yeah.
I'm trying to leave. Can I leave?
Whoa. What you doing up here?
I'm allowed to. This
No,
is
you-
public property.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
So what you doing
Get a
up here?
cop over here. I want to leave. I'm trying to leave. That's all I'm trying to do at this point. I want to leave. Can I leave?
No, you can't.
Oh, okay. And who funds that? Who funds that? Oh. Don't answer anything.
Maybe you can talk a little more serious. Y'all not leaving trying to look around.
Oh, you're not getting any answers from me.
No, it's not.
I kind of wish you let me leave.
State property.
You're so stupid. It's not. It's publicly funded. Taxpayers fund this. Are you or something?
So you taxpayers fund the inside too. That's probably where you gonna
You're
end up.
exactly right. You're exactly right. And out here, call the police. Call the police. Thank you. I'm trying to leave. Oh, they're coming, so I'm not going in the building.
Hey, go ahead.
Cuff me?
Cuff you. Come on with it.
All right. No, you're not touching me. Are you a cop?
This is my. Hey man, don't play with me.
You're not cuffing me.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not. Taylor, record. Taylor, get my phone.
Hey, Taylor, get out this car. You're gonna get the same treatment.
Do it. Let's go. I'm not telling you nothing.
That's it, bro.
Wait for the cops to get here.
You going to jail.
All right, we'll bet. We'll see. We'll see. I was just looking around the jail.
You can't do this.
What a fact, this is public property. Hey, Taylor.
Hey, come up here,
You're so stupid. We'll see what happens. We'll see how you lose your qualified immunity.
Hey, you didn't see this guy?
Hell, I blocked the car. Give me that phone.
Don't delete any evidence. Don't delete any evidence.
Get out the car.
Come and record this. Whatever you want to do. Hey, give me some handcuffs. Give me some cuffs. Don't give me no fair handcuffs. Ain't nobody report, ain't nobody answering the damn radio, nothing.
I mean, make sure y'all put 10 pounds back.
Damn. Well, he said he left his car or something.
Hey, what's going on?
All right, I'm Superintendent D'Angelo Earl. I work down here at the prison. These guys right here was escorted off the compound a couple of weeks ago by the sheriff, by the state troopers. They arrested them. So when they see me up here getting food, they come out, threatening me, this, that, and the other, circling the parking lot, run around the parking lot. Oh, you fat motherfucker, we got you out here in the public. Now we gonna get you. So I come back in here, this, that, and the other. So he on the inside. Then when he threw me, I came inside and I knocked his ass out. And the other one didn't get out the car. That's exactly what I did.
Where they at?
You got one still in the car, and the other one inside the dressing room. And I got his phone. So the same see the state troopers locked them up about 3 weeks ago on the compound trying to take pictures of our country things. Right. So when they see me out here, they're gonna making their threats and all this towards me. I'm not going.
Okay. What car are they at?
They in this beat up one right here. See, the other one's still hiding off in here. See, he was the other. The last time.
So does he work up here or something?
Nah. So when they seen my truck, oh, you the warden? Yeah, motherfucker, we coming back for you, this, that, and the other, yada, yada, yada. Okay. Nah, I ain't going. That's a song. I can get a song back there I want to.
Okay. You got his phone?
Yeah.
You see what the other one look like?
Yeah, see, he a chubby one. See, he was in the passenger side.
I know we didn't see nobody hop out. He must have hopped out around.
Right, yeah, it was early. It was as soon as I went back in.
Okay.
And he's talking, yeah, motherfucker, we coming back. You think I'm for 782? They calling to threaten me?
Yeah,
because I'm not there at the unit?
I remember you texted me the location. I didn't know.
Right.
I thought you just wanted. So that's what you was. Okay.
Right.
Okay. If I'd have known that, I would have just come up here earlier.
What's a good phone number for you?
870. When the state troopers locked them up, just dealt with them.
So what kind of threats did you make to it?
Talking about what they was gonna do to me, this, that, and the other. So when I came back, I was going back inside then, because even the lady said something. She said, Mr. Earl, she said, I don't know those guys. I believe they got problems, this, that, and the other. So they was already out here making a threat to him when I was going back inside. So when I was going back in, yeah, motherfucker, this is what I'm gonna do, and that's when I knocked his ass out. And that's exactly what I did.
Coach ID? Are you seeing double or anything like that? So you got a pen light on you?
I do not.
Do you have a pen light? Or not a flashlight, I'm trying to check the people.
I'm just really good.
Okay,
It's gonna be a tight squeeze on your arm, okay?
And I had to scare him, so I said, fuck you. Then I walked in there. He followed me in there. And I said, what do you say? I said, fuck you. And then he just punched me right in the face.
Is the warden?
Of the Wrightsville prison.
Oh, okay.
Hey, did you go to Mableville? Valid class today, have a license, have a standalone class for reckless driving in March of this year. Send that down to the box, thank you.
Careful.
Punched me right in the face.
Yeah, I know. I was here when that happened. Not the second time, but this guy attacked him. Like, what the fuck?
Did y'all come up here and, I mean,
You park right here? You gonna get food? You got your order yet? No?
I'm not even hungry.
She got his food right there. Came up. What'd he do? What'd he do?
Well, I walked in there without even seeing him. And then I said,
Go back to cameras. You'll see everything. He didn't
they're
even
working on it.
take this man in jail. Bullshit. So
Walk me through what happened.
I was driving. I said, is that the warden to him? Is that the warden? He's like, yeah. So I pulled right there. I said, hey, I fuck you to him. I said, fuck you to him. Alright? Then he went up to my car and said, who are you? And you're like, this is the window.
Hey, no, he tried to rip the rear view mirror off. Or the side mirror?
He ripped my handle off.
He tried to rip it. He ripped his handle off, tried to open the door. He was rolling the window up. So the dude, the warden,
I'll let you
whatever his name
explain it.
is,
Hey, buddy, here's the ambulance. They're gonna come.
Alright.
he tried to go for a punch. He couldn't punch him. Are you listening?
I'm listening.
Oh, okay. Not bad. So he tried to go for a punch, but the window was rolled up. Like it was rolling up, and he tried to go for a punch. And that's when I was like walked off because I don't want to deal with it. But I wasn't here for the second half. But go to camera's back.
I was literally in there alone and he walked in behind me.
I see it. You're red right now. Did they see it in there?
Everyone saw it in there.
Yes, it's just, you can see he turns his phone towards him. He's trying to record, but everything happened so fast.
He knew it was coming.
Yeah.
He knew it was coming.
See,
he's looking out the door like, there he
He just pulled his
comes.
phone out like he's gonna record him. He didn't have enough time because he saw the hit coming.
But why would he stand right from the door?
Because he knows he's coming in for him.
That don't make. I don't know.
Either way, he's in the wrong.
Which one?
What you mean?
I'm saying which one is in the wrong?
The one that punched him.
Yeah, what?
What this staff's called. You need anything for me?
Thank you, ma'am. Nah, I'm not gonna say it's right against you.
They're right there. Let's go back. I don't know what happened there. Tell me when to stop, because I don't know.
Right there is fine.
No, because that was just the first time. I don't know where the director comes from.
Okay.
See, and that's not the beginning because Chris called his order in. Where did the director come from? Or what vehicle?
I think his is that big pickup on the end.
Okay. See, there's Chris again. So he's messing with him. No, that's not Chris. It's another vehicle. Yeah, we're gonna have to let somebody. He's not suffocated. Alright, we're gonna put play. Because I don't see Chris anymore. Do you want to do it at 2?
Yeah, 2 times would be good.
You can come on in.
I can see it.
Oh, you can't? Okay.
Yeah.
I wonder when the director arrived.
Was that their phone?
No, Chris is about to pull around here. There he comes. I think he sees them. That's what it is. He saw him through the windows, maybe. And he's parking. Chris said something.
That's when he ripped his door handle off.
Is he making a phone call?
Yeah, he's on the phone.
Y'all can come on in. I'm fine.
It's kind of, they say it's smaller, I'm big in there.
You're okay.
I can see it.
There he comes back again. Now is that?
Primary aggressor.